Game Demo!
Hello, this is Matthew Soley, Associate Producer on Toy Story 3, the video game. What we're seeing right now, this is the first mission in the story mode for Toy Story 3. Very, very similar to the actual movie where Woody has to save a train full of orphans. And as you can see, Woody's getting ready, and we're going to have Bullseye ride up, and we're going to learn about the big bad guy that Andy has always had with all of his toys, and every adventure he's always had. His ultimate villain is Dr. Porkchop. Or as we all know him as Ham. But yes, so Dr. Porkchop's going to show up, and he's going to try to stop you from saving the little cute orphans that are on the train. And of course, as any good cowboy, you can't do that. So we go right into you getting chased through a canyon by Dr. Porkchop and all of his evil, evil drones and his giant attack carrier. So here we go. So I should also mention that with our story mode and our toy box mode, we have a same couch co-op that you can enjoy with you or a friend or another family member. It's a lot of fun to play. And as you just saw, I just picked up one of our many, many collectibles that we have in story mode that directly feed into our toy box mode. So once you collect about 8 to 9 of these various items, it will unlock something unique that you can purchase in toy box mode itself. And here we go. The interesting thing about this level is it's a very, very high action sort of beginning to the game, and that was part of the struggle I know Avalanche had, where they wanted to have a very, bang boom beginning, sort of what they did with the new Toy Story movie that's coming out in June. And they didn't want a lot of tutorial, they didn't want a lot of explaining buttons, they just wanted pure fun going right off the bat. So what they did was they decided to have this on-rail section where it's, Woody just having to dodge all these various pits and the blast from Dr. Porkchop and just ride through. So I mean, very, very easy, ease you in type of controls. And also I should add that there is a nice dynamic difficulty system that they've added for story mode to allow some of our less experienced players or casual players the ability to get through these levels without too much difficulty. It's really nice where it will actually even add geometry to certain sections if you're having difficulty with a section with a lot of jumps in it, all that great stuff. So, as I was talking, we just completed the running section where we were riding on Bullseye, and now we're trying to get on the train because, of course, we got to stop it before it goes off the rails and all those poor orphans get killed. So, as you see, we're ready to go, and here we go onto the train. Alright, so now we've just gotten on the train. As we all know, we need to stop the train, and evil Dr. Porkchop, as we just saw, and our friendly Buzz Lightyear, who's here to help us. We need to stop Dr. Porkchop because we have all these cute little orphans, like I just saved, are in danger. So, here we go. And as you see, we got tons and tons of our amazing attack drones coming in and trying to stop Woody as he's going along the train. And, our pseudo, Uncharted 2 train moment for the Toy Story world. But, it's absolutely total kid fun. I totally can imagine, being Andy and when he was a child, going, oh yeah, and so now we have to get on the train, I gotta save the orphans. It totally sort of just feeds into that whole idea. And then, of course, now, Dr. Porkchop has decided to throw his little minions at us, the little green men. So you punch him off the train and continue on your way, while he continues to try to hit you in his little attack chopper.
I'll set you free in a jiffy.
And of course, what train would be without a dodging sequence when you're on top of the train? And now we're coming up on actually one of my personal favorites, and here's a nice little secret for you guys playing this once you get it. There's tons of this sort of very funny sort of toy humor that happens. There are all these collectibles that can be found. Well, sometimes they're not just appearing as little cards, you have to be a little inventive. So as you see, as I have a little cow, and Oh. And I threw a little short. I forget, Woody isn't the strongest Buzz sometimes. So, okay, here we go. And as you can see, the cow in the distance. Little explosion. Little fun little trick, but after you get thrown up there, it leaves a collectible. So when you're playing this game, you have to really think in that mashup, very strange, almost childlike way. It's like, oh, what would happen if I did X plus, Y? Would I get Z? And that's the great thing about this game is you just want to like experiment and try different things. But as you can see, we're getting up to Dr. Porkchop, and I don't want to give too much away, but Toy Story 3 is coming out June 15th for the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Nintendo Wii, the Nintendo DS, and the Sony PSP. And I will leave you with the defeat of Dr. Porkchop. Have a nice day, everybody.